Hey, I'm Kat, and today I'll be running you through the General Configurations tab of your admin console. There's 4 tabs I will go through, which are the Integrator tab, the General tab, the Features tab, and the Web page. So we'll start with the Integrator tab. The first field here is the Basic Information field. So this is your ConnectWise company name and your ConnectWise server URL. We also have a toggle to change from API 2.0 to API 3.0. 2.0 is what we call the SOAP API, and 3.0 is what we call the RESTful API. The next field down from here is the API key. So this is the public key and the private key. This is for your RESTful API integration. You can get these from ConnectWise, and we also have an article on our help center to teach you how to get them. The next field down is the integrator setting. So this is the SOAP API integrator. For this, we require a username and a password. You don't need to fill this in, but we recommend you do, just in case we ever need to fall back here if the RESTful API key fails. The next field down is the server settings. This is the time zone and the culture. So the time zone allows us to know what time zone you're in, and the culture allows us to know which time and date format you'd like us to display your dates in. The next tab down from here is the General tab. The General tab has a lot of items. One of them is the default activity assign member ID. So while this sounds very complicated, it's quite simple. If you're using the flag feature for clients who mark a ticket as flagged and have someone review them, when they mark a ticket as flagged, we'll create an activity under a member in ConnectWise. This is usually the account manager. However, if we fail to find an account manager, we'll just use the member that you've set up here. The next field down is the sort order. By default, we sort out tickets in newest to oldest. If you want to use the board order that you would use in ConnectWise, so by status and then within statuses by date, just toggle this option on. The next field is the source name. The source name is how tickets come in. So whether they'll come in under portal or DeskDirector as a source. This is entirely up to you, and you can use this to get metrics. The next field from here is the VIP priority name. So the VIP priority name is basically which priority tickets from VIPs come in under. You can set up VIPs by just giving the clients this feature under the context page. Next field down is the fast track status. This kind of relates to the next one, which is the approval status. So the way that these statuses work is as soon as you set them up here, we'll show you which boards these statuses are enabled for on the side. The fast track status allows client with fast track permission to escalate tickets to whatever status you set here, as long as the tickets are on a board that have fast track enabled. Approval statuses allow you to log approval tickets in those boards that have approval enabled. So approval tickets have 3 statuses: approval required, approval granted, and approval declined. We need all 3 statuses to be enabled for approval system to work. The next tab down from here is the features. So the features are things such as add computer details to internal notes, which is only available for the install client, the status that the ticket will go when a client adds a note, whether or not we show child tickets, whether you want to enable auto approvals. So auto approvals, what happens is if an approver or a VIP logs a ticket that requires approval, we can automatically approve that. Also, whether you want to toggle on or off approval emails. DeskDirector sends an approval email whenever a ticket requires approval to the approvers for that company. Then the next field is what status you want your closed tickets to go into. So clients will always be able to close tickets. You need to set up which status these tickets would go into. We recommend you use a closed status. However, you can set anything that you want. The next field down is the status that you want to use for reopen tickets. So clients will not have the option to reopen tickets if you leave this blank. However, if you set up a status here, they will be able to reopen a ticket, and the ticket will go into the status that you set up. Next option is invoices, whether you want to show paid or unpaid invoices. And then lastly, we have the help page. So the help page will show up when they first log into DeskDirector. This can be any URL, so it could be a PDF, it could be a YouTube video, it's entirely up to you. You can toggle, however, to not show on first startup, which means that the clients will never see this. Again, the customer responded status, the closed ticket status, and the reopen status will show on the side for the boards that these are enabled for. The last tab is the web page. So this is very simple. This is basically the title of your DeskDirector for the web version. So this will be the title that shows up in the top left corner of the screen, as well as the title that shows up on any tabs on the web browser. You can change this at any time and it'll change instantly. So that's the General Configurations tab of the admin console. This is the most complex part of DeskDirector. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at support.